Hi everyone, it's Silene Burns here from the Spiritual Marketing Club, and we have the reading of the week. And this week we have the Judge card. So if you can have a wee look at that. Okay, give you a wee chance to kind of look through the card. Now, these cards are Caroline Mrs. cards. Okay. And these are actual archetypal cards, so they're not really oracle cards, okay? And what does archetypes and archetypal cards represent? Well, basically, they represent aspects of what we call the collective unconscious and aspects that go on within us, aspects of our behaviour, the way that we function in the world, okay? So if you think about the judge card, okay, so think about the judge card, okay? The judge card is part of us all. We all have the judgment card. We all have judgment perception, and judgment plays a part. So if we think about discernment, the act and the ability to discern ourselves from making good decisions or healthy decisions and unhealthy decisions, okay, is very important in life, okay? The light attribute of the judge card is that discernment, that ability to say, that's not the healthiest decision, that's not the wisest decision, and that's maybe making a decision from the ego or from not the right motives. And that is something that's so important when we are working in the healing, holistic, and spiritual industries, to check in with our motives, why we're doing something, okay? The reality is, but we all can fall into the other thing, the judge Judy, or we do things, we manipulate things, or we're dishonest, okay, or we do things that are not of the greatest good, okay? So sometimes it's about, again, seeing our motives, or is our motivation for power. So sometimes in certain work, when we get fearful, frustrated, I see this when people do things in their business, in their life, that they would normally never do, but it's when they're in situations of maybe financial fear, okay, or a lot of things have went on in their life, or they're feeling absolutely exhausted, depleted, they're fed up, they're frustrated, and then guess what? They make really bad decisions. They make decisions that are not in a space of discernment, or they hope that something, maybe a magic cure, okay, one of the things that healers are very honest with me, but they'll tell me, our spiritual coach as well, do you know, Eileen, my ego let me down. I saw this and someone said, I was a quick a get quick rich scheme, right? And I just gave them the money because I actually was so desperate. But guess what? I knew in my heart that wasn't it. Most of these get rich quick schemes are not that great. But guess what? I didn't use discernment. I let my ego lead me. And sometimes it's even things that we do, the training that we do, whatever, we are not tuning in and really being discernment by what is right for us, right? Now, for correct judgment, okay, the easiest way to make good judgment, and if any of you are out there, I know a lot of people who are great people, but they don't always have great judgment. They assume everyone is like themselves. Many ways I'm a bit like that, but I've been through business. A lot of shocking things happened to me in business that had to make me a lot more discerning and a lot more wiser, unfortunately. The reality is that discernment muscles, it's easier to be discerning when you're coming from a space of calm, when you are actually take your emotions out of it. We can too often react because of our own wounding, okay, our own fear, past experience, and that's when we make, positive and negative decisions. Now, a situation happened to me just the last couple of weeks, and to do with even my program, the Manifest Soul Clients program. I had made a decision that because I'm one of these people that keeps giving more and giving more and giving more, and I give too much, right? And especially when a lot of the programs I do they're not surface stuff, they're very deep and they're based on a lot of work, right? And then someone made a comment in my group that, and it was nothing, they hadn't seen like a lot of the content or whatever, but they made a comment in the group to see what I should be doing in the group, as if I should be doing. And my gut at the time knew that this person had no awareness of what would that actually be beneficial, what they suggested, and I knew that they weren't getting some of the things that I was doing because they weren't doing the deep, deep, deep work. They were only doing the surface work. But guess what? It triggered my wounding. And what did I do? I then thought, right, okay, no, I need to just add this into the program instead of I was going to add other things as premium level. And then I found myself in a situation where I find myself then I give so much that I find it hard to maintain it, right? Because I'm giving for like bargain basement. Now, I've not been someone that's invested in bargain basement, so I should not be giving away things in bargain basement. But there was a situation where I was allowing my own wounding to come in, and that's where the polarity. So our judgment can go in two ways. That our judgment, we can fall into a trap, and that weighs us down, because what is happening is we're making bad decisions that we penalise ourselves for. We actually make a decision that is really harmful for us. It might benefit other people, so the balance scales us out. Then we have another situation where we misuse power, where someone may be even delusional. Okay, because that happens a lot. We all know it. We see it in this industry where a lot of people are very delusional, or they maybe just believe something about the program even though they've not tried and tested it and got lots of evidence that it works. But they'll say, oh, this is going to do this, this, and this. But have they actually evidence? No, they haven't, right? So again, they're not using that, they're just using these things to get power, to get money, to gain what they need to gain. And a lot of times it's again, they're coming from a place of lack, they're coming from a place of fear, or they're just motivated by the money. They're not motivated about the equal exchange. So how do we stop ourselves from, moving from that place of discernment into that judge Judy, where we judge everything or we make bad judgments? Again, it's about bring yourself into alignment with ourself, with our core values. Okay, alignment, what's really important to us, and like meditate a lot. I mean, a lot of people go into it. What I'm always surprised is a lot of people just go into meditation for guided meditations or to get something. They don't actually make meditation, the ability to meditate, a big part of their day. And if you make meditation part of your life, it is so much easier to make decisions, not just use it to get a guided meditation and to relax, or just to go to the meditation to gain insight. But if you make meditation something part of your daily practice, you make much wiser decisions. So this card of the week is about helping you recognize, okay, when judgment comes in, okay, are you making judgment from a compassionate perspective, an objective perspective, and you can actually take yourself back and look at the two sides of the story, okay? Or are you falling into the trap of your own pain, your own wounding of the situation, your own fear, your own resentment of a situation that you've created, okay, or attracted? Because we all do it. We all get frustrated. I get frustrated when I attract situations that are not, or if I attract people that are always wanting things for free, or always wanting to get something else out of me, or are not show by evidence that they maybe want to do some sort of exchange, and I've caved in, and then realise that they don't really value what I'm doing. Okay, so what is showing up for you? And then it's about you taking back. We have to get back centered and take self-responsibility for the decisions, no matter how hard it is. We know that when things show up, yes, of course, it's not that we still have to put a message out that we're not doing that again, and if we are the victim of that aspect, right? But we've also got to look within ourselves and see, what needs healed within that victimhood, that we attract those situations. Okay, so the judge card is very much about balance. It's about discernment, and it's about centeredness, and it's about taking self-responsibility. And while I'm on that topic, I think one of the really important things is when we're in balance, we have the ability to appreciate and value everything that's sent our way as in gifts. And one of the things that a lot of people struggle with in this industry is attracting enough clients that attract money, right? But the reality, that can go obviously deeper, right? But what I want you to do is look at and be honest with yourself. If you look at the balance of scales, it's just exchange of energy, and it's exchange of things, and it's getting the balance right. Think about money. How many of you resent or are frustrated by things that you have to pay out in your business? Do you pay out with love and generosity and great, this is a great investment, this is an investment, fantastic, okay, it's just flow of energy? Or do you resent it? Okay, and when you resent paying out money, guess what? You will struggle to attract clients with the same. And if you want to, say for example, you want something, you want a really good website, you want a really good logo, you want a something, is really important to you in your business, but I'm not paying for that. So what are you doing? Are you not valuing it? Are you not valuing that person's time and energy? So what you've got to always remember is that we want people to value us. We want people to value all the time and energy and the skills that we've invested to deliver what we're delivering. So it's really important that you do that too. And one of the things that you can start doing is actually appreciating all the free things that you have access to every single day, and make the most of those things. Because a lot of people, because they're not actually valuing the things that they have, like free social media platforms or free resources that people sign up, they're not actually valuing and seeing the value of what they're given. They just want more and more and more. And when you get into a state of balance and feeling whole and recognizing these are amazing gifts, guess what? It is easier to start attracting more of that. Okay, so have a wonderful week. Bye for now.